Hi everyone, this is La Contra. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draft a corset with straps. I'm also going to be showing you some parts of the sewing process. So before we start, please like, share, subscribe and stay tuned. Okay, for this you're going to need bodice for the bustier. Okay, this is the basic back and this is the front. So right now we're going to do the dart construction for the bustier. I suggest you click on the link to watch the video for the bustier. So right now I'm just marking bust span. Okay, so that's my bust span line. From the bust point I'm going to mark 1 inch down, and then on the waistline I'm going to mark my dart intake 1 inch on both sides. On the under bust 1 1/4 inch. So watch how I'm going to construct my dart. It looks like a house. Okay, you see how the dart does not get to the bust point, stops 1 inch down. So right now I'm going to input the bust dart, which is the difference between front waist and back waist. There you go, link it to the bust point. Bam! So that's my bust dart. Next thing we're going to do is the neckline for the corset. So right now on the edge towards the armhole I'm going to mark 6 inches. Okay, so it's going to taper down to the center front chest line. So you see that neckline from the armhole to the chest line at the center front. So next thing is the cup. So I'm going to measure the bust point. I'll mark 1/2 inch away from the center front. On the neckline I'll mark 3/4 inch. Okay, so I'll take my curve and link those points to the under bust. So watch how I'm doing it. Pay attention from the neckline to the under bust, like that. So that's the center front bust cup. Then for the side front, whatever you have from here to here, okay, you're gonna add 1/2 inch to it. So that's 3.5 for me. I'm also going to measure it on this part of the line, 3.5. Okay, so that when you close the bust dart, it's going to align. So right now you place your curve, draw the first curve this way, and then the second curve from here, let it just taper to any point on the neckline, any point you want. So that's it for me. Yeah, so right now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to blend the dart. Okay, I suggest you watch the Bustier video. The explanation for this is more detailed than I'm doing right now. So I'm done blending the dart. The next thing we're going to do, of course, is to extend the bust span line and then introduce the contour dart on the neckline. This contour dart is for more grip. So my contour dart intake is 1 inch, so I'll do 1/2 inch on both sides of the bust span line. Okay, so that's 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm going to link them back to the bust point. Just pay attention to how I'm doing it and, you know, repeat. Do as I do. Yeah, so that's the contour dart. Right now I'm separating the front from the back. So this is the basic back. We have not yet adapted it to a corset because we are not done. We want to adapt the straps now. That is why I'm cutting the basic back. So after cutting it, you're going to place the shoulder of front and back together. Can you see? Make sure that the neckline is aligned and make sure that the armhole are aligned. So now it's time to draw the straps. So for the front, the strap is going to originate from the side of the cup. So on from the shoulder tip, I'm just going to mark about 1.5 inches. Okay, away from the armhole. So watch how I'm linking the strap. It's going to start from here in front to that mark I made. So that's 1. The width of the strap I want is 1 inch. Okay, so this is 1 inch here already. So on the shoulder I'm going to mark 1 inch and then link. So that's the front strap. Okay, and then the back strap, it can start on any point on the back, on the chest line. So That's 1. And remember the width is 1 inch, so I'm just going to mark 1 inch and complete the strap. So for your strap, this is the front part, this is the back. Labeling is very important. So if you like, you could have the strap for front and back separate, and you could have an all-in-one strap where it's connected at the shoulder. So for this tutorial, it's all-in-one strap. So right now I'm going to true the front neckline by folding the dart. Okay, you can see there's a misalignment there. I zoom in, can you see the misalignment? So I'll take my curve, French curve, and true that point, okay, to make the neckline true. So you can see that neckline is true. So having done this, I can conveniently cut out. So watch how I'm cutting out. Okay. So don't forget to close the bust darts and also true the side seam. So that's how to true it. Just watch the Bustier video for these parts. So I'm just taping the bust dart because it's supposed to be closed. So right now I'm cutting out the style line. That's 1. And the other side. So right now I'm going to separate the cups. So that's the center front cup I'm cutting out. I'm going to label center front. Okay, watch the arrows, take note. So I'm cutting out the side front cup, and I'm also going to label it side front. I'm also going to label the panel. So this is the center front panel and this is the side front. I'm going to cut out the excess from the side. So we're going to move to the back here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make notches where the strap touches the chest line, like so. Those 2 notches guides you to place your straps correctly. So right now we're going to contour the back dart on the chest line. So I'm doing 1/4 of an inch here and 1/4 of an inch here. Okay, I'll connect it. This contour is also to tighten the back so that your corset is not dropping. So I'm just going to cut out following. So just follow me, watch how I'm doing it. You see those notch points? Make sure to notch them on the fabric. So I'm cutting out the style line now. There you go. So I'm also going to label center back, side back. Okay, you see the position of my arrows. Okay, take note. Right now I'm also going to cut out the strap. So if you want to cut out the strap individually, just cut out and separate front and back. Okay, but me, I want the strap to be together at the shoulder. So I'm going to tape the shoulder down. As you can see, I want an all-in-one strap. Although your strap can have a seam at the shoulder if you wish. So here we go. This is the strap. Can you see the front and the back? So this is the front and this is where the strap goes in. And then on the back bodice, you can see the notch points telling you where the strap goes in. Yeah. So right now, add seam allowance. So I've cut out on fabric. You can see I've added the necessary seam allowance all around. You can see the bust cup wording for pads. Yep. So right now I'm going to sew the front panels together. This is the center front. Then you're going to place the side front on both sides of the center front, 1 here and 1 here. Okay. So you're going to sew 1/2 inch. Can you see it's all done? Same thing on the back. Sew the style line together. But before you do that, make your notches for the strap. You can see that. Then sew the style lines together following the arrow on the pattern. You can see those arrows, very important. So here we go. You can see the zipper allowance slanted and you can see the side. So right now I'm going to make notches on the cups. So you can see one notch. Then on the center front cup, I'm going to do 1 notch towards the center front, 1. On the side front, I'm going to do 2 notches, okay? So that when I take off the patterns, I can recognize my cups. So right now, I'm taking out the pattern. You can see the arrangement, very important. So I'm going to place this wording on the wrong side of one of the cups, the center front wording on the wrong side. And I'm going to sew the center front cup and the side front cup together along the style line, 1/2 inch. together with the wording. Same thing for lining. So you can see lining is ready. I'm going to notch along the curve. You can see the padded bra cup. I'm going to trim the seam allowance so that you can fold easily. So watch how I'm trimming it. The next thing to do is to sew the cup to the bodice. So the part of the cup that has one notch is going to the center, while, okay, you can see one notch, so that part is going to be connected to the center. So that means this cup belongs here. Ta-da-da! You can see, all good. Right now I'm going to sew the side seams together. So I'm placing the side seam, right side on right side, I'm pinning, and then I'm going to sew with my side seam allowance. So it's going to look like this. I'll take it to my, this is the lining. You can see the lining. So for the straps, you can see the front slanted, back kind of straight. So I'm going to sew along here 1/4 inch on both sides. I'll turn it to the right side using something like a screwdriver. You can see how I'm doing it. Push it onto the right side and press. So you can see it's all pressed. So right now I'm going to sew the strap to the bodice. So you can see the bodice. See how I'm laying it down. The slanted part belongs to the front. You can see how I'm placing it beside the bust cup, how it is on the pattern. And you can see the back. I'll locate the notches. Can you see the notches on the paper? So I'll place the straps like this, and then I'll lay the lining on it and sew. So you can see I've pinned lining and fabric together. You can see the straps in between. At this point, you can rock it as a crop top. You can attach a peplum to the waist seam or a skirt. Anything you want to do, okay? So this is how it looks on the mannequin. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the notification. Stay tuned for future videos. This is La Contra. Stay inspired.